This short video was sent to us by a subscriber, and they claimed that it showed a mermaid that had washed up on a beach. The user said that the footage is currently being shared around social media, and that it shows a mysterious aquatic humanoid that was found by one of the locals on a small coastal beach. The story goes that one evening, a man heard loud noises coming from the ocean, and as they got closer, they noticed something strange. A creature was moving around on the shore, its tail glistening in the moonlight. Those who saw it said that it didn't match any known aquatic animal, and so they quickly took photographs as evidence. News of the creature's arrival spread like wildfire, drawing crowds that wanted to see the mermaid for themselves. Curiosity and awe filled the air as people gathered around the enigmatic creature, their eyes wide with wonder. Some whispered tales of mermaids from ancient folklore, while others marveled at the sheer beauty and elegance before them. The mermaid lay still, with its eyes closed as if in slumber. Its long tail could be seen moving, but no one wanted to go near it in fear that they would be dragged to the depths. The townsfolk watched in hushed anticipation, unsure of what to do. It was a moment that defied explanation, a meeting between fantasy and reality. Word reached the local authorities, and soon officers could be seen throughout the area, telling people that they had to move on. Allegedly, a team of marine experts and biologists arrived to assess the situation. They approached the creature cautiously, respecting its ethereal presence. With meticulous care, they examined the creature, studying its unique features and attempting to unravel the mystery of its arrival. Not much else was released about the encounter, with the townspeople saying that they were told to move on. Skeptics, though, suggested that the creature in question wasn't a mermaid and could have been a dolphin or a whale that had washed up on the beach, and that due to the creature having its head covered, it would have made it difficult for the eyewitnesses to have seen what it was. However, this hasn't stopped people from believing that these creatures exist. Mermaid encounters have been a subject of fascination and intrigue throughout human history. Legends and tales of these mystical beings have spanned cultures and continents, captivating the imaginations of people around the world. While mermaids are often associated with folklore and myth, there have been numerous accounts of alleged mermaid sightings and encounters throughout the ages. These encounters have fueled speculation, wonder, and debate, blurring the line between fantasy and reality. The earliest records of mermaid encounters date back thousands of years. In ancient civilizations such as Mesopotamia, Assyria, and Greece, there are references to water-dwelling creatures with both human and fish-like features. These depictions laid the foundation for the mermaid mythology that has persisted throughout history. One famous account of a mermaid encounter is that of Christopher Columbus during his voyages to the New World. In his journal entries, he documented seeing 3 mermaids near the coast of present-day Haiti. However, it is widely believed that what Columbus actually saw were manatees, a marine mammal that bears some resemblance to mermaids. Over the centuries, there have been numerous reports from sailors and fishermen claiming to have encountered mermaids. These accounts often describe encounters in which sailors spotted beautiful women with fish-like tails swimming alongside their ships or resting on rocks. These sightings were attributed to the mesmerizing effect of long voyages, coupled with the sea's vastness and the human tendency to interpret unfamiliar sights through existing cultural myths and beliefs. In more recent times, alleged mermaid encounters have been reported in various locations around the world. In 2009, villagers in the coastal town of Kiryat Yam in Israel claimed to have spotted a mermaid swimming near the shore. The sightings attracted a large crowd, and the local municipality even offered a reward for proof of the mermaid's existence. However, skeptics argued that the sightings were likely a result of misidentifications or hoaxes. Similar accounts of mermaid sightings have emerged in different parts of the world, including the Caribbean, Africa, and Asia. These encounters often gain attention in local communities and capture the interest of the media, sparking debates about their authenticity and the existence of these mythical creatures. Scientifically, the existence of mermaids is widely regarded as a product of folklore, mythology, and the human imagination. The physical attributes of mermaids, such as their fish-like tails and ability to breathe underwater, are biologically implausible for humans. Marine creatures like manatees, dugongs, or seals are often cited as potential sources of misidentifications in alleged mermaid sightings. Nonetheless, the allure of mermaids persists in popular culture, art, literature, and entertainment. Mermaids continue to enchant the minds of individuals, symbolizing a connection between land and sea, the beauty of nature, and the mysteries that lie beneath the waves. As of right now, mermaid encounters occupy a unique space between myth and reality. While the majority of reported sightings can be attributed to misidentifications, legends, and cultural beliefs, they reflect humanity's enduring fascination with the unknown and our desire for enchantment. The allure of mermaids lies in their representation of a mythical realm where the boundaries between human and animal, land and sea, blur. Whether real or imagined, mermaids continue to captivate our imaginations and remind us of the enduring power of folklore and the mysteries that reside within our collective consciousness. Scientists call for the ocean to be legally treated as a living being. Our ocean is an extraordinary place. It's the beginning of all life and from whence we all came. Therefore, humanity's overall treatment of it seems extremely cruel when we consider all the wrongs we have done towards it. For centuries, it has provided us with substance and resources. It's responsible for much of the oxygen that allows us to breathe in our atmosphere. Despite this, our oceans remain the lowest priority when it comes to battles against climate change and environmental concerns. Scientists are calling for better recognition of the ocean in hopes of salvaging it for the future. Many believe that without change, the oceans could be lost to us forever. Biologists Michelle Bender and Rachel Bustamante from the Earth Law Center, USA, have released their research and argument in PLOS Biology, a scientific paper. Bender and Bustamante have stated maintaining the status quo of environmental law equates to the legalized destruction of nature. International law needs to evolve to reflect the ocean's inherent rights to exist, flourish, and regenerate. Ocean health is human health. It's notable that they capitalized nature in their statement to reflect their belief that nature deserves to be acknowledged as its own being. They claim that nature deserves to be viewed as equal to humans and not as a resource for us to demolish and abuse. This argument that the ocean should be considered a being in its own right falls under the modern concept of Earth law, which dictates that humans should see the world itself as something sacred to be protected and respected. Biologists hope to raise awareness of this movement to have the Earth recognized as something to support under legal constitutions, such as the right to exist. Simply put, certain groups believe that the Earth deserves to share our universal human rights. Bustamante and Bender write, building upon Earth law and rights of nature understandings, ocean-centered governance recognizes the ocean as a living entity, advancing law, policy, and institutional action that centers the needs of the ocean in decision-making. The UN General Assembly publicly announced in late 2017 that the era between 2021 and 2030 would focus on repairing the harm done to the oceans, and that the UN would place further consideration into aquatic research and figure out ways to make our coexistence with the ocean and its creatures sustainable and less damaging to the environment. In 2015, scientists released the first universal ocean assessment, which opened the eyes of many communities as to how deeply the seas were suffering. The report revealed that climate change, overfishing, resource gathering, and most importantly, pollution have impacted the oceans more than previously anticipated. Since then, researchers have been working out ways to solve this ever-growing problem in hopes of rescuing oceanic life before it's too late. As things stand, the situation keeps getting worse. Little is being done to subvert the consequences of our actions, which are already occurring and destroying the ocean by filling it with trash, oil spills, and immense amounts of carbon dioxide. Ancient structures below Lake McDonald. Imagine an underwater civilization lost to time and mystery. Did the city of Atlantis pop into your mind? At the heart of many books and movies lies this island, which was once home to a great naval power that disappeared below the surface, never to be seen again. Though the legitimacy of Atlantis may be a mystery forever, it certainly does not mean that there are no real-life lost ancient cultures in the ocean just like it. In fact, one such lost civilization may have just been rediscovered in the depths of Lake McDonald in Ontario, Canada. On one fateful day, a group of divers decided to participate in a submarine project. By the time they reached a depth of 40 feet, they found a series of oddly shaped structures. At first glance, researchers hypothesized that they were a type of perched erratic, that a bunch of glaciers transported thousands of years ago at the end of the last ice age. However, upon closer observation, the divers noticed that the structures had far more detail worth looking into. That prompted several more scientists and geologists to conclude that the rock assembly was made up of 7 gigantic monoliths made by man and not by nature. But how exactly did these rocks get here? Is there a chance that they could have fallen on top of each other in a perfect structure by chance? To find the answers, the experts turned to maths and statistics. As predicted, the numbers only reported that even rocks forming such a structure were almost impossible. To have 7 rocks be situated in such a position was practically unthinkable. So, one thing was for certain, this was no work of Mother Nature. Knowing that, scientists decided to look for the next obvious signs of human involvement in possible tool use or other decorative images. They first found a layer of sediment which indicated that no human had touched the rocks in quite a long time. So, when did the last humans touch these stones, and who were they? How did they manage to haul these giant objects and put them in such a position? For the many visitors who often visited the Halliburton Forest where the structure was located, they noted how aesthetically pleasing the rocks almost seemed to be. For them, it almost looked quite similar to an Arctic Inukshuk. To try to find more answers, researchers tried to draw upon the history of the land. Thousands of years ago, they discovered that the areas had suffered bouts of constant droughts. Because the land was very arid and dry, the waters of the Great Lakes were actually around 50 meters lower. That certainly happened to Lake McDonald as well. In conclusion, biologists determined that the lake was home to ancient glacial relic lake trout that had survived multiple bouts of glaciation. It was not always a lake either. It turns out that it was actually part of an ancient river system that had funneled glacial meltwater south into the once existing Lake Agassiz for millennia. There is no doubt that many questions and mysteries still swirl around these unique underwater structures. However, we do know that ancient cultures are most likely more advanced than we give them credit for. Perhaps they might just point to evidence of an era in humankind's history that we have never yet discovered. Ocean life projected to end in mass extinction. Scientists fear that an aquatic mass extinction is underway. According to recent studies, nearly 90% of selected aquatic species have been marked for high-priority endangerment or thought to be at severe risk of going extinct in the next century. Biologists warn that due to the overwhelming amount of carbon in the water, the environment of the sea is changing fast, for the worse. The Dalhousie University of Canada has assembled a team of respected scientists and researchers to investigate sea life. Their findings revealed that the 25,000 species they have observed, nearly all of them will fall to extinction if nothing is done to lessen the situation. If our greenhouse gas emissions stay at these high rates, many of these oceanic creatures, protozoans, bacteria, algae, fish, and sea mammals will vanish from the planet by the year 2100. Other research revealed that creatures higher on the food chain are more likely to perish than those lower on it. A wide range of oceanic ecosystems will be affected, including but not limited to the Coral Triangle, Australian coasts, the Red Sea, the Gulfs of Persia and Thailand, and the Caribbean. The study has been quite startling and sobering, in the words of ecologist Daniel Boyce of the Institute of Oceanography. Notably, Boyce notes that this is still speculation and nothing is set in stone, but that it could be a potential outcome of the consequences of global warming. According to Boyce, it's the worst case scenario, and when we evaluated that scenario, we found that there was a very grim picture for the climate risk for marine species. If even a handful of these species were to fade out of existence as a result of extinction, it would reap horrific results on the world's many ecosystems and would impact the world food chain directly. 252 million years ago was the last time the planet suffered a major extinction event, where 90% of life was demolished, deemed to be the Great Dying by researchers. We can only hope that adequate actions will be taken to prevent such a tragic future for our planet. But what do you make of these recent discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.